Hi, it's Chris Westfall, and this is going to be a new series of driving to and from work and the things that have happened in the last few days as it pertains to seniors, agents working in the senior market, what we encounter every day, things that I've found that have been instrumental in making my business successful. And I hear from at least 100 agents a week about what's going on in their business and what struggles they're having and what breakthroughs they're having too. And so I never find the time at the office when I'm answering questions of both senior clients and agents to take the time and actually record the thoughts of what's been going on. So I found a way to do this and do it betwixt home and the office, which is just a short commute.
You are listening to the Senior Agent Podcast. This podcast is for insurance agents that are helping America's seniors with their financial choices. Here is your host, Christopher Westfall.
But I want to share with you today two things that have recently been impressed upon me from some other thought leaders in the marketplace, and not just in the insurance industry by any means, but in the industry of sales as a whole. So it really doesn't matter what you're selling to people. And one is from my friend Ray Higdon, and he talks about the success mindset that's required to be at the level where you're going to make something happen in your business. And, you know, he spent years and years focusing on the mechanics of what's involved, how to prospect, where to get leads, what scripts to use. In our case, you know, what dialer to use, what website host to use. What calls to action, what marketplace, what demographics, and all the things that would be considered technical and necessary, in fact, to build your business, especially a growing, struggling one that's getting off the ground before referrals are the name of the day. So what is it, in addition to that technical knowledge, that's required in order to be successful? And he really put his finger on it, because so often I hear from agents who are, you know, all focused on the technical aspect of it. They're always asking those same questions. Where do I get this? What do I do? And so I made a website over at MedicareAgentTraining.com to answer those technical things. Everything from where to sell to what companies I recommend, how to do their applications, how to prospect, where to get leads from, and what's working technically in the market. But that's only half of the picture. And what Ray put his finger on so perfectly is the other half of the picture is, do you feel like, now don't get running off on me and thinking this is corny, but this is so true. Do you feel like you are worthy of a successful business? Because if you're not, then you're already sabotaged from the very beginning, and every call you make, every piece of mail that you open that's a return lead, every door that you knock, if that's how you choose to do business, will already fail before you even get there, because you've already failed in your mind. If you have any part of you that believes that the mindset is, you know, I don't really deserve it, I'm just trying this out, I'm just going to, you know, dip my toe in the pool and see how it works out, I really don't think I can make it in this business, but I'm just going to give it a try and see if everybody just knocks my door down and tries to buy from me and holds me down and just shoves money in my face. So a lot of the mindset that he's talking about, and this belief, whether or not you believe it, that you are worthy, in fact, of the success, because everything else stems from that. And your mindset of, you know, are you going to work hard enough? Are you going to stay long enough in the business? Are you going to stay long enough at that same day to get a sale done, or to make that extra call, or to make that extra effort, or to learn that extra thing? All of those originate from, am I even good enough to be a success in this business? Do I even deserve to be good enough to be in this business? And where Ray saw, and he deals with, you know, top money earners in the network marketing profession, and what he found as his breakthrough, and has heard this so many countless times, is that people have been proficient in that industry and many others for a long, long time, technically proficient. They know what to do. And I reach agents like this all the time. They sound great on the phone. They could sell ice to an Eskimo. They could sell anything to anybody. And what they're selling is a good, beneficial product, like what we do, helping seniors to open the door to a relationship with us based on saving them money with a Medicare supplement plan, the best Medicare plan. That doesn't matter. if they don't have the mindset that they personally believe that they are due, or at least they are worthy of experiencing success in their business, then the subconscious sabotage comes along at all of the little tasks along the way, and where you'd normally expect to have a natural reaction to, hey, I just made a sale. Great, let's go make another one, fresh off the high of making that last sale. Where if you have that defeatist mentality that you really don't believe that you deserve that kind of success, instead what you'll do is take the rest of the day off and go see movies all afternoon, or take the rest of the week off because you've had a successful breakthrough. Whereas if you expect the result, if you expect the fact that you do deserve it, and this is far greater than just saying, I'm hungry enough. Because oftentimes I had said in the past that if you're hungry enough, if you're desperate enough, you'll do what it takes until you reach success. You'll stay in the game long enough until you finally have your breakthrough. But that's not even enough yet. What has to be enough is that you believe that you're going to deserve it. You deserve it right now to be the successful person. It's not horrible to be rich. It's not a bad thing to have a big house or a nice car that you've always wanted and things like that. If you do believe that all of those things are just fruits of a lavish lifestyle that you don't deserve, you don't want, you don't expect, and all that, then your goals of where you're going to go every day, breaking down to the task-by-task goals, are going to be way too limited. They're going to be way too small, and you're never going to get to where you have to go. If you overshoot by 300% and then you get to ultimately 98% instead of the 300%, hey, you've done something. If you're shooting for 75% and you get to 40%, you're going to think you're a failure, right? And that's what people do. And I've seen it so many times, and Ray put his finger on it when he identified the flip side of it, which is, what is it then that is the breakthrough, where people have the mindset shift and the breakthrough where they suddenly begin to get traction in their business? It's when everything comes out of your mouth as, this is my business, I own this business, I am successful in this business because I deserve the success that my hard work, my study, and my focus and my goals are bringing me to. I deserve everything that we're doing. Yes, we are successful, and here's why, because I put in the time. And so it's not a surprise to me. It's not something that's unexpected. It is expected because I do deserve to be where I am. And there's nothing at all wrong with being humble and at the same time understanding and acknowledging the fact that your hard work, your dedication, your study up to this point, and your hours put in and your calls made justify. It's perfectly logical. They're going to justify your success. And it's okay. That's what you expect. Because if you shoot for anything less than success, that's exactly what you're going to get. But it has to do with the entitlement that, yes, I'm going to put all this stuff in, and the outcome at the other end of it is going to be, boom, I got it. This is what I deserve. This is the lifestyle I deserve. I do deserve it for my family. My family deserves more, and I am worthy of enjoying that. Because when that mind shift happens, when that mindset is suddenly in place and firmly there, and you focus on the feeling that you had once you got there already, that's what you're coming out with every time you say something to a client. And one of the things that we talked about early in sales training, at least in my life, way back when learning from Zig Ziglar and Tom Hopkins and all the rest, is when you're desperate and you don't feel like you deserve it, and you're so desperate for that next piece of business, then you have what I call and what they call commission breath. Everything you say is geared toward, please let me have the sale. It's desperation. It's like, I know I really don't deserve it, but please do me this favor this one time, and just please think about letting me be your agent. It comes from a position of weakness, and it's you trying to push yourself on somebody else, and nobody likes that. I mean, think of it when you walk into a retail store and somebody walks up to you. Can I help you with anything? Can I help you find something? Can I help you do this? Can I help? Immediately the walls go up and you're like, please stop. Because the resistance to that is natural. Everybody's going to say, just no, stop. Imagine then the flip side. You walk in and somebody says, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the store. Just want to say hey to you today. If y'all need anything at all, I'm going to be right over there. It's a position of authority. It's a position of success. I don't need to hound you for that next sale. I don't need to push myself on you. Just want to make it available, let you know that I'm over here. I'm the expert. I'm successful. I know what I'm doing. And if I can help you in any way, let me know. And then they come to you like bees to honey, as opposed to, fingernails on a chalkboard from typical salesman speak and commission breath. So I just wanted to leave that thought with you today from Ray, talking about the biggest success flip that he's ever seen happened when a decision was made to accept the fact that you are in fact worthy of the success that you say that you're going for. Many people start a business only so they can check it off their list and say, well, I tried that. It didn't work. Well, I gave it a shot, but they didn't have the tools. They didn't have the support. I needed somebody to hold my hand. I needed somebody to just take me by the hand and do it at my little pace, because I just can't keep up. It's just way too technical. It's just way too hard. There's just too much to learn, and all that is complete bull. Complete bull. When in fact, if you feel like you deserve it, then get off your butt and earn it. Because if you don't feel like you deserve it, then nobody's going to be your savior. Nobody's going to come and sit with you, ride in your car, make all the sales for you, and shove money down your throat. You have to deserve it first by making sure you're going to earn it. If you're willing to do what's necessary to earn it with the mindset that you are going to justify in your mind, not talking about anybody else's mind. I'm not talking about convincing a client that you deserve their business. I'm talking about the self-talk you give to yourself. What do you say to yourself every night? The funny old thing that the now senator, former comedian, I think he's still kind of a comedian because he's such a joke, but he was on Saturday Night Live, and he used to look into his mirror and say, because I'm good enough, dadgummit, I deserve it, and I am worthy, and all this kind of stuff. But it kind of a larger-than-life representation of the self-talk that we really should have, which is, yes, I do deserve to be successful. I do the right things. I care for my clients. I'm here to make a difference in the world and help people. And based on that mentality, if you start every day that way, then instead of commission breath, you're going to have commission bank account. And instead of being desperate and sounding like you're pulling for business, pulling teeth, trying to get somebody to do something for you, you're going to have the air about you that you're successful with or without their business. And that's what attracts people to you. People like to do business with people who are already successful, not people who are desperate, not people who are pushy, but people who are already successful. And it all starts right betwixt your two ears. So make a decision today. I encourage you. Make a decision that you have decided that you are worthy of the success, and then go out there and earn it to the extent that you feel that you have justified the success that you're going to get. So earn it. Do the work necessary, absolutely. But at the end of the day, you have to resolve the fact that you do deserve it and you're worthy of the success that you're going to get. And then all of a sudden, if you feel like you deserve it and you're putting in the time and you're getting the help that you need because you ask for help when you need it, then it's going to work. It absolutely works. Nothing frustrates me more than an agent who, joins our membership site and then says 3 months later, well, I'm just gonna quit. It's not working for me. Nobody's helping me. Nobody's, calling me up and, patting me on the back and asking me what I need. And nobody's really there for me. Well, to that person, I'd say, go get a job. Go get a job where you can work at McDonald's and have the manager come by and pat you on the butt every 5 minutes and make life easy for you because you need a controlled environment. Sorry. This is not the motivational speaker in me, but I'm just telling you, somebody needs to kick that person in the butt and go put them into a minimum wage job because that's where they deserve in their own mind. However, when they switch it around and they say, you know what, I am a successful businessman. I'm a successful businesswoman. I deserve success. I demand success and excellence, and I'm not going to accept anything else from myself. And no membership site, no training course, no guru out there is going to give you every nut and every bolt that's required in any niche to be successful. You have to get off your butt and answer the small questions that for some come naturally. For others, they had to go out and learn it. In the Medicare world, you have to actually go look at a product guide from time to time. You have to look at a company's underwriting guide to know how they're going to treat a diabetic in the state of New Jersey, for instance. And all of us that are professionals have to know where to go to get the information. It's not just that you're smart naturally, like, hey, how does Mutual of Omaha treat diabetics? Well, I know that off the top of my head. No, nobody did. You got to go find that information. But a true professional does not say, oh, man, nobody told me about that condition. Oh, well, go learn it for yourself so that you know it for the next time. Print the underwriting guide out. Become an expert in your business. Spend the time necessary to learn from one mistake or one lost client so that the next time you don't experience that same mistake again. But again, let's back up. The 30,000-foot view looking down is, if you don't believe you deserve success in this or any other business, then get out now. Or make the decision and then do the steps necessary to justify that decision and that mindset that you do, in fact, deserve success. So you're going to experience success sooner or later, shorter or longer, marathon, not sprint. You're in this for the long term. And trust me, it is absolutely worth the adventure. It's worth it, every minute of it, when you're sitting on top of the residuals from the clients who are referring people to you every day and the phone's ringing off the hook. It's absolutely worth it. But picture this now. Just picture this. You're starting, let's say, brand new in the Medicare niche, life insurance niche, whatever it is, and you're going to try to help people from the beginning, right? Okay, I want you to fast forward 5 years. Fast forward 5 years. Now you've got 3,000 clients, right? Paying you roughly $20 a month. Okay? You've got $60,000 a month in renewals coming in. Life is good. Every year you have a huge surge in production once a year, and then you have stable production all year long from renewals and people turning 65 and referrals and all that kind of stuff. So that's where you are 5 years from now. Do you feel now, 5 years later, with that kind of income coming in, residual, pain-free, without even asking for it, sitting on top of that empire, how does that person there, that's you, how do you feel at that moment? Do you feel like you earned it? Of course you do. Do you feel like you deserve it? Of course you do. The fruits of your labor are showing that to you every day. So, knowing today, as a brand new agent, what that feeling is going to be like 5 years from now, and really putting on that armor of the feelings that you're going to have 5 years from now with those thousands of clients and referrals coming in every day, and you have a support staff because you need their help to manage all the incoming business. Take that feeling with you every day from day one, and you cannot help but succeed. Every little bump along the road is another move toward that feeling. Every setback, every rejection, every no that leads you to another yes is just another step on the long-term journey to true wealth, residual income, financial freedom, and the fact of knowing that you have helped thousands of people who were otherwise lost, confused, miserable where they were, paying too much money, no advocate on their behalf. But because they met you, these years later, you're both in a much better position because you deserved it from the beginning. You just had not actuated that result yet in your life. So every step that you take from day one to 5 years from now is a step down that journey, but you first have to believe that you deserve to get there from the very beginning. And when you do, that's when things change. That's when the light comes on. That's when you know where you're headed to. It's not just a ship out there going left and right, not making it anywhere. You've got a destination, your GPS is set, and you know you're going to get there because you deserve to get to the end result. You got a full tank of gas, you know exactly where you're going, and you're going to get there. So I hope this has been encouraging to somebody. Hope it's been a little bit motivational for those people who are going to whine, complain, and bitch that they don't have what they need to get to where they need to get to. Because trust me, you do. When I started in this business, I had one guy that gave me some inspiration to get into the business of helping seniors. He told me, get out of the life insurance business. It's nickel and dime, small stuff. You're on a rat wheel. You'll never get off. Instead, he talked about residual income. He talked about selling it once and getting paid on it over and over and over again. I took his advice, and then I started getting into the industry and finding out that there was no help. There was nobody to give you any guidance on, hey, what company's good? What company kind of screws agents over? What company won't tell you anything about your renewals? What company will be good on underwriting? All this stuff I had to figure out on my own completely. And then I developed tools on how to sell things over the phone. And then I developed tools on how to sell things over the internet, how to communicate better over the internet with video and screen sharing and electronic signatures and stuff that are now the staple of the day. Everybody's using it everywhere. It's so much easier now than it was when I started in the business. And I want to encourage you that all the roadblocks that were there when I got there to build my business are not there anymore. They're not. So all the technical part of getting it all figured out is so much easier now because people have done it. People have followed a proven path, and they've done this over and over and over again since then. So I encourage you, whatever it is that you need to do, it all starts with a decision that you accept the fact that you are worthy of the end result. Yep, you deserve it. Thanks for listening. My name is Christopher Westfall. My website is called MedicareAgentTraining.com. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Senior Agent Podcast. For more information and other episodes, visit SeniorAgentPodcast.com.